What's going on, everybody? It's Mr. 6'9", JT the Godfather from Marks with Mike's podcast. So I got to talk to y'all about something. Look, if you haven't heard already, let's talk about Anchor. Anchor is one of the easiest platforms to make your podcast. Hold up, let me explain real quick. First of all, it's free. Second of all, it's free. Third of all, did I mention that it's free? There's a creation tool on there that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on places like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And did I mention that it's free? Go ahead and download Anchor right now inside your app store. Tell them that Mr. 6'9" sent you.
Hey, yo. What am I doing? Are you kidding me?
This is Mr. 6'9", L. Cheech, and Dre The Juiceman. You're listening to the Marks with Mike podcast. Let's start the show. Welcome back to another edition of Marks with Mike. You already know what this is by the sound of my voice. It's your boy, Mr. 6'9", JT, back in this piece once again. You already know who we have on the show. Of course, I'm rolling with my two main men. Of course, we have L. Cheats. What's going on, homie?
What up, fam? What's going on? How's everybody going?
Doing all right, bro. Doing all right. Just, definitely taking it one day at a time. But, of course, to my right, been down A1 day one. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him as Dre The Juiceman. What's going on, bro?
The Juiceman is in the building. Shout out to my juice boxes. I had a funny tweet put on Twitter the other day from a boy telling me my juice boxes ain't nothing but juice boxes with a straw in it. Cute. Let's get it.
You know what? That sounds like a t-shirt idea right there.
Hey, I'm with it. Hey, let's get it.
Book it.
And yeah, bucket. And with that being said, man, we got to talk about, of course, crazy week in wrestling. And if you all checked out last week's episode with Savio Vega part 1, at the end of the show, or should I say in the middle of the show, you will hear part 2 in the conclusion of the interview with Savio Vega. Such good tidbits of knowledge dropped on everyone. Definitely want to pay attention to this interview because I'm telling you, he's dropping straight facts, straight knowledge, and it's an eye opener. You want to catch the end of that. And Dre actually asks him a question, and that's how this all unraveled.
Damn it, I ask questions all the time. Damn it.
Damn sure do. But listen, this week was crazy. We got to talk about two things that really stood out to me. I mean, I'm not really going to touch too much on Raw and the whole AJ Styles coming back and being a part of the Money in the Bank ladder match. I'll save that for later on in the show. But I am going to talk about, of course, the two big shows this week, or should I say 3 big shows this week as far as on cable network television. We got to talk about Darkside of the Ring, and we have to talk about NXT and AEW this week because, man, that shit was crazy. Since it was crazy, I think we should just go ahead and start with wrestling, and then we can get to the cocaine later. Well, the story. We don't do coke. So with that being said, let's touch on AEW's Street Fight. What did you catch inside that, Cheech?
Yo, all I have to say, I was blown away. It's like, you have a race and you have a crash. Like, what you rather, for people to watch, the race or the crash? You know what I mean? And the whole show for AEW, it was okay. But once it got just seeing Matt Hardy, Kenny Omega, they started up. But it's a street fight, so it's like, hold on, man, they in the ring, like, what the heck? Eventually, they just went off and they just went bananas, bro. I was sitting down, like, laughing, like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, I was entertained, like, it caught my attention, and like, I wanted more, you know what I mean? And it was captivating, you know what I mean? And all I could say is they knocked it out the park. Like, it's like, man, the scoreboard at the end, the gif of Guevara getting round over. It was just so many stuff happening, but they were entertaining. Like, they kept me watching, even though that you have, big title match on the other show going on at the same time. It was just so hard to turn back. You know what I mean? Like, AEW, you know what I mean? Like, they got something popping for real.
Yeah, real talk, man. Most definitely for me, both shows were equally great, but I will say this, and just sticking on AEW, that street fight, just to piggyback on what you were saying, crazy. Like, I'm not going to say it's the best street fight I've ever seen, because that's the generic answer that everyone's given everywhere, Twitter, Instagram, on their shows and what have you. But I'm going to say it was definitely one I could put on the level of great street fights, like in the top 5, top 10. I could put that up there. But seeing Sammy Guevara run like that, the first thing that popped in my head was Forrest Gump, because I'm old as shit.
Hey.
My mama said,
if I was going anywhere from that point on, I was running. Like, that was inside my head. Like, as soon as he started running, of course, when he got hit, the other thing that popped in my head was like maybe Grand Theft Auto or something.
The gold card, all that stuff. It was too crazy.
It was too crazy, but the other crazy part is, like, let's be honest, a golf cart is not taking nobody out like that. It's really not. Golf cart don't really go no more than 10, 15 miles per hour, unless you got one of those powered ones, like, one of those fixed up ones. And that golf cart I seen did not look like, one of those tricked out golf carts.
Let me tell you something. These golf carts today is something else. Your boy was almost hit by a golf cart a long time ago.
Oh shit! Damn. Bro.
Yeah, I'm lying like a motherfucker. Please.
I was about to say, bro, shit, I'm
don't let a lie get in between of a good story, man. You should have kept going. You had me.
Hey, I should have, Nah, I could catch y'all with another one soon. Don't worry.
All right, man. Keep us guessing. But yeah, AEW, that show, period. I mean, kind of like you said, Cheech, like, it was kind of like a choice between, okay, do I take the blue pill or do I take the blue pill? Because they were equally that great on both platforms. I mean, Charlotte versus Io Shirai was great until the disqualification.
Very good, man.
But I was kind of expecting that, because I didn't think that was going to be like a one-time match. I think this is something that they're building towards on another level. Not this pay-per-view, but probably like the next NXT pay-per-view, or who knows, they may defend the NXT championship at SummerSlam. And maybe we have Io Shirai on SummerSlam. Who knows? But that match was also captivating. But then you go back and you flip the channel, then you have to think about, okay, you had Cody versus Janela. It was it was a pretty decent match. I wanted to see more.
Show his chops.
What was that?
Janela showed some of his wrestling chops. He did his move, like he got his things in and stuff, but it was obviously just for like Cody, but just to open the show, it was pretty good match.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like I said, it was a good match, but I just wanted to see more out of it. Like, of course they want to build towards the pay-per-view and for the TNT Championship, so they have to keep Cody on TV. But I would have rather seen, Janela versus someone else. Probably like I don't know, Janela versus Darby Allin or Janela. Someone else like from the independents.
True.
I mean, they could have gave Cody a squash match with someone.
Okay. And talking about the other match that happened, I want to ask you the Archer match, right? Everything that happened after the match.
Yeah.
What after all that? Who do you remember the most from that particular match? Jake the Snake, which in a way it kind of takes away from like Archer, because it's like right now Cody, let's say he was taking a shower or whatever he was doing. He's not gonna be pissed at Archer if you think about it. He's gonna be pissed at Jake. Like, to me, it would have been dope if Jake would have handed Archer the snake, and he'd do that, because at some point Jake looked it kind of off. Him doing them. Well, Brandy was on the floor. Looked it kind of like, whoa, what you doing, baby?
Yeah. Hold on, Jake. Slow down, Jake.
Yeah, put that snake away, homie. You know what I mean? But overall, it was like, it's dope because Jake, that's what he do. He the spotlight, even though if he don't want it, you know what I mean? With that's the only thing I could kind of like, they should have done better. But overall, they heading into the pay-per-view. They coming with guns blazing. So. You got that, you know what I mean? Like, they put in their dominoes on point, because WWE's coming with the heat. To tell you, I don't know if y'all know, I guess on Tuesday they giving WrestleMania 3 on Fox, FS1, you know what I mean? Like, it's great to be alive and be a wrestling fan right now.
Definitely is, man. I mean, yeah, both. That's the thing. Both companies are coming with some great cards for their pay-per-views. I wouldn't call Money in the Bank a real good card, and the same thing goes for Double or Nothing. They're both equally on that level to me, because some of those matches on both of those cards, like, it's not a match that me personally, I would dig, $50 out of my pocket to pay for the pay-per-view, But that's the same thing that goes for, any WWE pay-per-view. I wouldn't pay $50. That's the whole reason why I have the network. But I am definitely, anticipating great shows on both products. But I don't know, man. Both NXT and both AEW were solid, and we cannot forget Karrion Kross's debut, which was, I mean, I can't even find words. What's that, Dre?
I got goosebumps from watching that. His intro to me is a very chilling intro. If it was fan reaction, I guarantee That place would have blew the roof off the place. Excuse me. That had to be one of the best entrances I've ever seen in wrestling of all time. It's up there. Just to be on NXT, that they better do big things with him. If he goes to the main roster, they better do big things with him. I don't want to see him get ruined. Please protect this man, wrestling guys. Please protect this man.
Send your Paul Heyman Angels to cover this dude. Like, seriously, but no, I feel that. Like, you know, that entrance definitely, like, watching it from home, I was like glued into the television. Because, you know, first of all, it's like, all right, I'm expecting this guy to debut, so automatically I just want to see what does his interest look like. They played the music, all that smoke everywhere, having Scarlett sing the entrance, you know, it's like that. Oh my gosh! Like, I'm not gonna say Undertaker-ish, but I am gonna say it gave me kind of feelings of the Brew.
Do you have a video on right now? What?
I'm tripping, B. My bad.
You inspired him, JT, with the story, so he wanted to have an intro of his own.
But no, seriously though, there's definitely nothing more I could say about that entrance. It's like, I'm not gonna say it's better than Bray Wyatt's Fiend entrance, because I don't think anything tops that right now. Nothing.
It does.
What?
It does.
That
entrance is better than Bray Wyatt's.
No.
Yes.
Cheech, what you think?
Wow, I mean, the presentation was awesome, but me saying that I've been there with the Bray Wyatt, how it makes, you know what I mean, the whole scenery and shit, I don't know, you know what I mean, it ain't, I don't know, it was just different. Then it was a short walk, I guess, but the Bray Wyatt, it was just something that you didn't expect it because you didn't know. To me, on some real shit, I think they should have waited on him. You know what I mean? They should have waited on dude until, you know, but I guess they had to pull the you know, but the entrance definitely is dope. The music fits him. You know, he's like that sinister kind of look and kind of crazy. Hopefully they put him like that and he'll go on a streak of just, you know, just going over dudes, you know what I mean, killing them, going over them to like build this monster of guys, you know what I mean? But you could see how WWE does when people go on streaks or undefeated streaks and shit. You know, you got Mr. Perfect get beat by fucking Bruder the Barber fucking Beefcake and shit, you know? Or I don't know, but definitely they got big plans for him because, you know, he could have had gone anywhere, and the fact that they locked him in, you know what I mean, well, then again, who knows, but hopefully, like he said, Paul Heyman's wings will cover him and lead him to the path of glory.
And Paul Heyman, we pray, amen. But from there, we definitely got to hop into the dark side of the ring, and we have to talk about cocaine and cowboy boots. The Herb Abrams story.
To be honest,
get into this. Before you guys get into this, the audience, I'm always a week behind with these things. I thought the Dr. Death one was this week, and obviously I'm always a week behind with this. So please help me catch up and stay on track, please. Thank you.
it's that quarantine life, you know. You lose track of the days, B.
Yeah, and that was Dr. Schultz.
Whatever, damn it. I'm sorry. I just know the guy that who laid the smackdown on that reporter. I'm sorry. I'm 2-3. I'm just behind. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. The Juice Man is not perfect. I'm sorry.
No problem, man. But since you didn't see it, we gonna spoil it for you. So we got to talk about what was the one thing that you gathered from that episode, Cheech. Out of that whole episode, what's the one thing that you gathered?
Well, what I was gonna say, to be honest, I never heard of that story. You know, once they talked about it, you know, started doing the rounds on the podcast and, you know, the episode, the Darkside, it was like captivating because it was one of those news that I never heard about. You know what I mean? And it was captivating, like actually somebody that was able, it's like a con man. You know, he had a plus size, you know what I mean, stores, you know what I mean? That's what he sold. He sold to the plus side woman, you know what I mean? And I guess that's how he got his money. But then again, I don't know, but dude like to party, you know what I mean? He got down, but I guess he was so charming the way he, you know, introduced himself, went about things that he was gathered to get some, you know, big names, you know, and actually even trying to have or did have a meeting with Vince McMahon, trying to tell him like, yo, because he was finessing everybody, but Vince was like, get the hell out of here, you know what I mean? Like, not over here. But the episode overall, everything, it was like, wow, it was dope, you know what I mean? But the one thing I could say I got out of it is the only one thing that I know that they don't know how to do. It was, you know, that he had his money was pussy and coke, man.
Hey, but you know what? Seriously though, I ain't never seen much cocaine in my life, man. The whole thing about it is it wasn't even real cocaine in the TV show, but I'm just picturing it in my head, like, God damn, dude, like you did all that coke, like your nose wasn't hurting after all them lines, like, and then he, you know, lathes up in Vaseline and covers himself in coke, walking around just basically coke, man, you know, like that part really took me. And then of course spending all this money on girls. I mean, if you that rich, honestly, I'm not.
And he was kind of, if you think about it, he was kind of like Vince before Vince, as in like the owner, you know, the promoter being in part of the storylines. You know, he started doing that.
Yeah.
And I believe if you look, I think on YouTube, you know, they got some episodes there. You know what I mean? Sometimes when y'all want to go back and check it out, go on YouTube. They have a lot of them videos from back in the day, and it was, bro, big names. But the dude just, like, he was seeing it through his eyes as a fan, what he liked, you know what I mean? Not, well, the reaction. He said, if it popped him, oh, let's put it on, you know what I mean? Like, but the story was pretty dope, you know? Like, to me, this series, man, Vice better keep it, because I'm pretty sure Netflix is, like, looking like, yo, over here, you know what I mean?
Go get some real money.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You want your all to be all up in the videos? Come on to Netflix.
Hell yeah, man. Like, yo, to this, Dark Side of the Ring cannot go away, period. Dark Side of the Ring has to be like the wrestling's Law and Order slash Forensic Files, like
behind the music.
Yeah, but behind the music with VH1, like it has. It has to. It definitely has to be that. So please, Dark Side of the Ring, never stop making episodes. And Vice, if you smart, you'll keep it. If not, like she said, Netflix is waiting on it.
And help the Juice Man stay on track on the weekly shows so I can know what the hell we talking about, please. Thank you, Juice Boxes.
But other than that, man, I definitely enjoyed this week in wrestling. It was definitely entertaining all through the board. Matches.
Yeah, what you think about the tournament? The tournament on for the interim NXT Cruiserweight European Intercontinental 24/9/7 title.
Oh yeah, we did forget to talk about that. So the tournament itself, I'm enjoying just from the aspect of having. I'm not gonna say having legit competition because it's wrestling, but having these matches means something. That's the part that I'm really enjoying about the tournaments, and that's the tournaments on both sides. You know, NXT and AEW when they had the TNT championship tournament. Like I'm legitimately enjoying this, but I think the storyline is going to be at the end of the day. We just may see Drake Maverick actually walk out with the title. That's just my opinion.
As he should. He should.
That's just my opinion. But
it's possible. And
it's
good.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely possible. I mean, you know, Kushida and Atlas put on a good match, you know, and of course Jack Gallagher, he put on a good match as well. But
yeah,
I don't know.
The only thing I don't like is like Tosawa, right? He fought Gallagher and he beat him, but then you got Tosawa doing matches on Raw and getting beat, like, you know what I mean? It's like for a tournament. So
it's basically making it's almost making like the competitors not look credible.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that too. It's just like, well, come be in this great tournament where you're showing off the full potential of your skills and going all out every night. But then let's go to Raw and get squashed by Bobby Lashley or such and such, and you know, in 2 seconds. You know, it kind of just puts a damper on the whole tournament going on. Like, well, I just saw him give this 5-star match on Wednesday. Now he's up here getting his ass whooped like he's a jobber. Like that doesn't. That's one thing I don't get about the WWE. I don't get that about Vince. It's not the WWE. I don't get that about Vince McMahon's decisions. Like, you see these guys having this great tournament, and you just treat it like it don't exist and have them get squashed by some stiff, big wrestler that you have a fantasy over because he has all these muscles. I just don't get it. It's just weird to me.
Exactly, man. It just don't, you know, make sense. Like the continuity, like, you know, it don't make you get, you know, into the tournament. You know what I mean? Like, cause tournaments are fun. Don't get me wrong, but it just don't grasp you all like that. And the matches are dope. You know what I mean? Cause the guys could go, you know, and they got the little storylines like. They got this luchadors with masks coming and kidnapping people, and you don't even know what the heck is that. You know what I mean? Like, what? Like, they trying, you know, obviously, you know. They got Dexter Loomis, you know what I mean? Like, popping off under the ring and stuff, you know what I mean? It's just little stuff like that. It makes you see that, that's, you know, to repeat it again, we know, like, having no fans, you know what I mean, takes away for most of the thing that they're going, you know. But, you know, it is what it is. But one thing I want to say real quick, you know, I don't know if y'all saw the FTR, right? For
oh yeah, yes. The revolt.
Yeah, it seems like you know, like they might have like some type of faction going in, you know, because I seen the EC3 kind of like pumping them up or whatever. And the thing, I kind of see it, not how, but like, you know, something that you don't really expect, because you think about it on some outsider shit. You know what I mean? Like, even though they weren't there, but for like, let's say, a bunch of wrestlers that got, you know, let go. You know, I don't like to say fired, but they were. And, you know, to go to another, you know, promotion as a group, dude, that's smell like money type of shit. You know what I mean? And like you mentioned Drake, you know what I mean? You never know, because he's cool with them, but that also is too obvious. So it would be great if he actually still wins it. But them guys over there, I hope they go and taste the water somewhere else instead of going to AEW right away. But I don't know. I thought that was interesting to bring up. Like, you know, what would you think about that? You know what I mean? If they actually form like some type of faction with the guys that left.
That would be dope. And the only reason why I'm saying that's going to be dope, because that kind of reminds me of how Eddie Guerrero, Perry Saturn, Dean Malenko, and Benoit came over to WWF at the time. They all came together as a faction. And
Right.
I would like to see something like that. But my whole thing is, and I'm probably gonna get death threats for saying this from all the AEW marks out there, and it's okay. I respect y'all opinion, but every wrestler that gets let go doesn't necessarily have to go to AEW. There are enough homes all across the board of wrestling. What's currently going on with the boom? You know, you can, like, to me, and in my opinion, the revolt does not need to go to AEW. It would be great, but I could see them in NWA.
Or Ring of
Yes, or yeah,
Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor.
So you don't think they'll be good for in AEW?
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
I think they're going there.
What I'm saying is everyone that gets let go doesn't have to necessarily go to AEW.
I agree with that.
What I'm saying is, when these people get let go, spread these pieces across the board for everybody.
Yeah, to me.
Hey, I'll put it up. Okay.
I think they'll probably like do a stop at Ring of Honor. So them against the Briscoes, fire. You know, NWA, they probably make a little stop. You know, fight. You know, so the tag team over there. But AEW, you know, that's the big money match. And if they do it right, they could like kill the internet, literally. You know what I mean? Just by the way they've been going about for, you know, the last few years about the fuck the revival this. You know, if they play a storyline like that, and to me, it would be dope if fucking Jim Cornette actually pops up with those motherfuckers, but we know that's not gonna happen. But AEW for the revival or the revolt or whatever the heck they're calling themselves, they're definitely, you know what I mean, that match with the Young Bucks is gonna happen. It needs to happen.
Oh yeah,
I think they're going to be in AEW. It's just, how do you present it to them? But, you know, I don't see nothing wrong with stopping at the other places. Go ahead, and I agree with you too, JT. Every person that leaves WWE doesn't have to go to AEW, aka Heath Slater. But but I just see the stars will align for them there. You know, I just see it as a better place for them. Like I said, I don't mind Ring of Honor. I don't mind NWA. But AEW is a perfect fit. They can have a lot of good matches with the tag teams over there. And, you know, so I don't know. We just got to wait and see.
Yeah, and AEW is definitely a tag team promotion. Definitely. You know, they're going to push that division. You know, and that was one of the reasons that they left.
Yeah, and I can understand the frustration if they're not focusing on the division. But come on, man, let's be honest. Let's be real honest. When's the last time they really, and I mean really focus on the tag team division? Be honest. Just really think about it.
In WWE?
Yeah.
Oh, never. Perhaps in the 80s when Strike Force, the Militias, the Killer Bees on the Swarm. Bro, they don't give a fuck about the tag team division.
It's exactly. The thing about it is they bring over big names to put y'all asses in the seats and be vested, but they haven't really cared about the tag team division, or I'm not going to say care. They have not gave it the same attention as they give their top tier championships. I believe, in my opinion, every championship should be top tier, regardless if it's tag team or if it's heavyweight. For that division, this championship is going to have the same amount of focus. But that's not for me to do because I don't work there. But yeah. Far as the revolt, I definitely agree. They need to make some stops. Make some stops first, and then settle down with AEW if that be the case. But hey, that's totally up to them. But I still stand by what I said earlier. Not everyone that gets released has to end up in AEW. Has to go to AEW right away. Stop alone some places. Take the whole Jeff Cobb approach. Like Jeff Cobb's made a pit stop in AEW, and he's making other stops around different promotions, such as, well, of course, New Japan and ROH. But I'm just saying, like, go around, spread the love. But let's go ahead and get into part 2 of this interview with Savio Vega. And we're going to get into that after this quick break.
This is Prophecy from the Everything Show. Just wanted to call in and let you know that I do appreciate the love and support that you've given me. And I love what you're doing over on your podcast. I am tuned in. I love what you guys are doing. Now I'll always be a listener. I appreciate it. And you take it easy.
Hey man, this is Pro Wrestling Dad. Just followed you on Spotify. I'm looking to win some PB Smooth merch, man.
Hey y'all, this is Brandy at Brandy Arts Tattoo on Instagram. I'm actually PB Smooth's tattoo artist, so that's how I found you guys. I really enjoy your podcast. I'm a mark of wrestling also, so I super enjoy it. I listen to it while I'm tattooing. I can't wait for more content, and I was just leaving you a message to say awesome job. Thanks.
Hey guys, over at Marks with Mikes, this is P Carney87 over on Instagram. Just reaching out in regards to the Big Twan Tucker giveaway. Keep doing what you're doing. Looking forward to the future episodes.
I just want to give a huge shout out to the Marks with Mikes podcast. I enjoyed listening to the episode that I listened to with Savio Vega. I enjoyed your guys' layout. Review of the week.
Did you like it? Did you enjoy it?
Conversation.
Well, let me say
talked about some interesting stuff about the current situation that we got going on, numbers and all that. Picked the mind of Savio, and it was pretty interesting to hear what he had to say about the situation as well. So keep doing what you're doing. My name is Joel. I'm from Brink Sanity Pro Wrestling Podcast. You guys keep doing your thing, man.
Get something to drink or something. I don't know. And I sit down to lace my boots. Mm-hmm. And here is Pat Patterson come to me with Steve. And he say, Savio, this is Steve. He's going to work with you tonight. He's tryout. Let me know. I said, okay, sir. No problem. So I just look at Steve. I remember. I said, Steve. I said, brother, I don't know you. You don't know me. So my finish is the spinning kick. You know, and he say, how do you do that? I say, like this, you know. And, okay, all right. So I say, let's call it in the ring. You got it. We don't talk nothing. That's what we talk. So we went to the ring. When I come back from the ring, I wait for him, and I said, brother, what a fucking hell of a match. Thank you very much. And here come Pat and say, Savio, tell me. I said, you see it? He said, yes. I said, you tell me. He said, brother, fantastic. I said, well, you see it. I said, tomorrow you have another one. I said, no problem. No problem. So I said to him, brother, I mean, and we sit down and talk a little bit. I didn't even remember what we talked after that. But so from that point on, they married us to wrestle every week. Every week we are in every, you know, every city in the United States. And what happened after many years after I left, of course, WWF, and I'm here in Puerto Rico, looking back, how and why we have such a good chemistry together. I say, well, I see Steve wrestle in Louisiana. He wrestled for Florida. He wrestled for Texas. And I was wrestle many of those guys that coming from there. And who helped me to get in WWF was Scott Hall, the Cowboy Scott Hall. That's what we call him here, Razor Ramon. So I was in Japan. He's the one, you know, talked to Vince about me. They say, well, bring him down to see what happened. And they picked me. Working with Steve, we have the chemistry of a Swiss watch. Like I say, we didn't even talk nothing. Just went to the ring and called everything there. And everything was so perfect. You know the story now. What happened here is, I say, why we have this? Why we have so good a chemistry? Because the old-time wrestling that he was learning in Texas, Louisiana, Florida, all that area, Georgia, is the same one that I was taking here. So we are two students from the same type of what is it called? Material of cost, and so when we got together, we bring out what we learned in those years. I'm already have 1 year or maybe 2 years in WWF, I don't know, and I was confident on me. I mean, it's his tryout, not mine, but I always work to do the best match of the night. And I learned that from one of the old timers. If you're gonna do a match in anywhere, no matter where, try to do the best match of the night. So doing my work, his tryout, I don't know him, but when we got that chemistry and we come out of that ring that night or that afternoon, I mean, I was so happy. Next day, we put more stuff in the match. Now, next day we talk. I say, okay, brother, because now we touch each other. That's what I call it. And I say, we do this. What about this? What about that? Okay, let's do that. And we did it. So they hired him in every week in cities across the United States was TNT. I mean Savio Vega and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And brother, we tear houses down doing our stuff. The match that they even put us on a paper in what's it called, WrestleMania 12. I don't like that match too much because we have better matches than that across the United States. When we did the Caribbean strap match, when the Caribbean Kid wrestled Stone Cold Steve Austin and beat him for the first time, I mean, was a story there between him and me. Was a good story there. I mean, that went in different places, different way. So he have the meal.
Hey, Savio.
Okay.
Savio, let me ask you something. wasn't one of those matches with Stone Cold with the strap? Wasn't one of the shows that you have to wrestle the next day because the power went out?
Yeah.
In your house.
The first match that we have is in, what was it? Virginia, I believe it was Virginia somewhere. And by that time, WWF, have the starting big time with in your houses and big time pay-per-views or whatever, and they don't know. They learned that day. So it's a big storm, and we have the Caribbean match. Here's Steve in the ring. Here I come to the ring when the camera just hit me and see me. If you see that, the camera they put the camera on my face, and right there the lightning hit big time and kill the light. And now we are killing time to go to the ring, killing time to see the light come back. Nothing happened. I'm already more than 10 minutes bullshit outside till Bruce Pritchard come and say, start the match, do the match like that. I'll say, okay. And listen to this. In one of the gimmicks that I tried to come to the ring and Steve was swinging, he just caught me in my head. Oh, brother, with the strap. Boom! I'm like, you motherfucker. So, okay, I get in the ring, blah, blah, blah. We got the strap. And we did half an hour, from 25 to half an hour, minutes, a Caribbean strap match in the dark. That was real, a dark match. And the only thing was light is the extra light. Yeah, that was a real, yeah. And so we did the match, and the match was great. So when we finished, I think it was Pat say, come back to me and say, Savio, Steve, you have to do this match again on Tuesday, on Encore pay-per-view, because the people don't see this shit. So we are like, oh, fuck. Okay, we are all beat up. We beat the hell out of each other like it's real. So we sit down and we start switching stuff. Okay, what about this? We do this, and I don't like that, but you like this, and you like this, and da 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 da. So we did the second Caribbean Star match live on pay-per-view, and I believe was I don't know if it was on Raw live for the people too, but I know no, it was on television. It was for Raw pay-per-view, and we did the second. That's when, listen to this. That was on Sunday. What happened? By Tuesday, they already know that Ted DiBiase is going to WCW. So what they did is, okay, let's do this quick right away, and says if Savio lose, it's going to be the chauffeur. If he win, Ted DiBiase is out of the WWF. So of course, what does all the point look like? Savio Vega is going to be the chauffeur, because how the hell Ted DiBiase is leaving the company? So, boom! Here comes Savio Vega winning the match, because they're gonna put the Caribbean guy over anyway. So, Savio Vega win, and Ted DiBiase have to leave the company. That's when they have been singing, "Hey, hey, hey, goodbye." La na na na.
Vince loved that shit.
That's crazy.
Listen to this. Pat Patterson come to me and says, Savio. I say, yes. Are you sing? I said, no. He said, well, you have to sing today. I said, why? He said, you know the song Goodbye? I said, I don't know what you're talking about. He said, well, somebody's gonna get it, play it for you. So they put it to me and say, okay, this is what you're gonna sing. You're gonna grab the mic and you have to sing. Na, 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 na. I'm like, okay, what the heck? So I did it, and everything was good. Everything was great. And from that point, we start wrestle, Steve and me. We continue, to wrestle everywhere. Another guy.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say you actually kind of groom him. Not something to brag about, but then again, I believe you was probably the first person to cast Stone Cold Stunner.
Yeah, well, when one day we're gonna wrestle in TV, just a regular TV match, and he said, Savio, I have this new finish. Can we try it tonight? I said, of course, brother. I mean, we don't have a no between him and me. Everything okay? What about this is until we come to agreement. We never have a dispute, and so. He say, I like to do this finish. This is on TV. That they show some other footage in where they say that's the first stunner, and that's not the first stunner. First stunner is on TV, and even the image looked kind of fucked up. And he gave me that what's it called, stunner, and the first stunner was like a. He said, well, do this. I just bend my knee to the side, put my foot back. It wasn't the right, the way to do it. Of course, you see the first perform, and you're going to start making better and better. So, I mean, the first honor, of course, is by Savio Vega, the Puerto Rican motherfucker.
Damn. So
classic.
So of course
it's a bunch of stories. Tonight, listen to this. Tonight, local time, Puerto Rico time is 11:05 right now, which is your time is 10 o'clock, no?
No, it's 11.
The same? Same?
Yeah, we're the same.
Same, okay.
Yeah, we'll be on.
Okay, but 12 o'clock, my time. I mean, we're 12 o'clock, that's it. And I have Instagram. I'm gonna be live. A friend of mine told me it's the first Instagram that I'm gonna do. It's what is it called? I call it Más allá del ring. It's beyond the ring. They call it in English Beyond the ring, Más allá del ring. And of course, because I don't have no wrestlers now, I know this platform. You could talk to other people or whatever. But in my Facebook, I do that, and a lot of people get into, because I tell stories about what happened here or there, like I just told you about these stories. So tonight at midnight in Instagram, they call him Tio Savio Vega, Tio Savio Vega, on Instagram. I'm gonna be live talking to the fans, talking to people. I have already a script here that I'm going to do tonight. We're going to talk about a bunch of stories that happen in my times. And I invite you guys to watch it too. It's going to be fun and happy. I'm happy to what we're going to do tonight.
Yeah. We'll definitely check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here. I'm definitely gonna check that out. But before we, because I know you have to get ready for your Instagram live. I just wanted to ask you one more thing. So now,
yes,
so now that you're back wrestling, of course, here in the States, how did the conversation between you and MLW happen? How did you end up at MLW?
Well, I have a friend, a good friend. I love him. I love him. Is Brian Wickles, known as Butch Walker Luke. And Bush, Luke was, Luke Williams. Luke is my first strong booker here in Puerto Rico. So he's from New Zealand. And at one time, short story, Vince McMahon says, "Where you learn English?" And we're like, "I know my English is bad," but he said, "No, but where you learn?" No, the question was, who was your booker? I say, Luke Williams. He say, "How the hell you understand him?" I say, "I don't know, but I understand him very well. Till this day, I love that man." So my train of thought went different way. So many stories. What was the first question? Sorry.
Yes. How did you end up in MLW?
Oh, Okay. MLW, great company. Cold War,
hey,
Power.
Savio. Hey,
Yes.
Savio. Not to cut you off. I'm sorry, JT.
No,
Hey,
go ahead.
I know you brought up Vince McMahon. Hey,
What?
was Vince McMahon?
I'm a what?
Is Vince McMahon? I know you brought up Vince McMahon. Is Vince McMahon? Was he a dick back in the day?
No. I respect that man. When
I
they
know.
listen to this.
Okay.
Listen to this, and put yourself in the positions that he's been. You cannot judge anybody because the action of what happened in the moment. What took him to take those actions? So you have to go back. You cannot judge right there. Now, what happened here?
Okay.
When I met Vince for the first time, I don't know him. And JJ Dillon, that's the two gentlemen that called me to go to the office. I got contact because, like I say, I was in Japan. I sent hello to Scott Hall. Scott Hall told Fatu and Bam Bam Bigelow to say hello to me and send my number. So I sent my number to him. He got hooked me and he talked to him. He said, I got you a booking here in this company. I talked to the owner and he said to bring you down. Somebody from the company gonna call you and blah, blah, blah. So I'm there. So this day I do my tryout. When I did that's another big story too. When I did my tryout, they didn't even call me for almost 3 to 4 months. I'm not working with nobody. I left Capital. Remember that I left Capital to go to Japan again when I left with Hugo. So Japan, I'm in Japan making some dollars. And I'm happy, but I left Japan because I go into WWF, but I didn't even have the contract yet. So when I left there, the company in Japan they don't want to use me no more because you're leaving. So I called the office and hey, I'm gonna have work or not? Good. The one of the secretaries, Ann Russo, I remember her. Good people. She said, well, here's one of the directors, and he put me to who? Pat Patterson. So I've been having a good story with Pat, and he's a great person. I mean, they could say whatever they say. That's a great human being, Pat Patterson. Now, so they said, well, they're gonna fly you to New York. He's a driver there, so they flew me in the morning, San Juan, New York. I went to Connecticut, meet with Vince and JJ Dillon. My English was there big time. And the afternoon, they give me the contract right there in my hands. Say, take it to Puerto Rico, talk to your lawyer, and get back to us. I said, okay. So in the afternoon at 5 o'clock already, I wasn't home already at 5 o'clock. So with a contract and few dollars that I didn't even have yet. So I met him. Once they book me and hire me, sign the contract. The time that I spent with Vince, I saw a working son of a bitch.
He is.
He's there 24/7. That's his business. He loved that fucking company. He loved what he's doing. I mean, and he understands the business, and I learned a lot from him too. Listen what Savio Vega do, and none of those guys there in my era did. I sit down in Vince's chair with his headset, listen of the production working for the TV. And I was there sitting down because I love to learn more and more. So I was sitting there, and one day one of the guys say, "Oh, one of these days they're gonna catch you. They're gonna blah 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 blah." So I'm like, well, till they don't say nothing, I'm here because I learned in the business the other people talk trash. If you going good, they're gonna fucking fuck you to try to get your spot. That's mentally fucked up motherfuckers, and that happened to me too. But now, I sit down there and I listen to the production working, camera people, this happened, blah, blah, blah. And one day, here comes Vince. When he just walked in, I get up, I cleaned the headset with my shirt, and he said, no, stay there. I said, listen, I just want to learn a little bit. I said, very good, stay there. Brother, the main motherfucker just told me to stay there. Next motherfucker that told me, get out, I'm going to say, fuck you. I'm blessed by the motherfucker. So,
hey, Savio, so how's that, your different characters
hold on. I just, when he said that, hey, I was there every Monday that I don't have to work. I was in Vince's chair with the headset on. I worked with them as a agent. I worked them as an agent in the Spanish side. I went to the truck to do my shit. I went to the office to do my blah blah. I did voiceovers with them. I did a bunch of stuff with the company. I even took the place of Mr. Pedro Morales because he don't want to do the inductee of Hall of Fame, and I did it. I was there receiving Pedro Morales' plaque, and happy to be there. Feel like it was my turn to do that spot there, even that I was a stupid ass, let's call it that way, whatever. But the experience that I have with Vince McMahon was great. They flew me one time from one of from the road. They say, Savio, they need you this week in the company to do the voiceovers in Spanish because Hugo's going on vacation or whatever. I said, okay, I'm there. And they put me in a nice hotel, nice everything good. They give me the key, brother, a key from the whole company to go up and down anywhere I want to go. They give me the key of the company, and I have to be there to do voiceovers. And I just went to Vince's office, and was the lady, I forget her name. I never have too much contact with her. And he said, Vince is here. I said, who's this? It's Savio. He hear me, says, yes. So I come inside. I say, okay, when we going to train? You and me. Just like that. And he's like, okay, let's do it this afternoon. I said, okay, we do it. So the gym is in the bottom of the company, of the building. So I just there, and he just called me there. I said, Savio. I said, yes. It's impossible that I make it today. I have an important meeting, and I said, don't worry. He said, tomorrow I'm there. I said, okay, don't worry. So I'm there, and here he is, 6 o'clock. Boom. To train with me, him and me. So let's train. That's in where, listen to this. I find out working out with him. He work out like a son of a bitch, like a maniac. I found out that I have my 7C nerve in my neck pinch to my left arm. That's when I, working out with him, because I try to do some work that no power at all. It's like you just close the hose in one side, no water, like that. That's when I found out that I was kind of hurt. and I don't understand. He said, come on, work hard. I can do it. Finally, a couple of months later, that's when it exploded, and I was out of the company because of the injury, But thinking about Vince McMahon, he's a workaholic. He loves wrestling. He loves what he's doing, and he loves his money, which, God bless him, his dad gave him the opportunity, and he sees the opportunity to grow and make it better and better. The other day, let's call him the other day, 3 months ago, the company come to Puerto Rico. I took 2 of my kids to watch the show, and I was so embarrassed of what I see there. So embarrassed that I took me a couple of days and say yes and no, you got to do the right thing, maybe not. I sent an email to Vince, and I sent an email to Stephanie, saying from 1 to 10, I give him maybe a 4 to the show they did in Puerto Rico. Some other people told me, local fans, I give him a 0, a fan. So he have more power than me in that. But I give him a 4 because what the guys work, whoever work, because that show was disgusted. I mean, disgusted. I say to them, I remember in my times when I worked there, I worked to make the people going home happy, to have the best match of the night and have the people happy to come back and cheer it. That show was a garbage. I mean, and I'm not gonna burn Mysterio, and he probably understood what they tell him the wrong way, because I know in Mexico they call him bicho to insect. In Spanish, bicho means the dick. So when him got on the ring and he starts saying to the king guy, forget the name, God bless him, the tall guy, big, nice body, big, strong guy, nice face.
King Corbin.
Yeah, Corbin. That son of a bitch have a face like an Orton. If you have those guys doing the wrestling of the normal wrestling, you got heat on those two bitches right there, motherfuckers. But now he starts saying to Corbin, Mama Bicho. He's saying cocksucker to him. In a front of more than 3,000, 4,000 kids with their parents. How the hell, I mean, this is for us. Maybe in the States, it's like, that's nothing. But to us, yes. Saying, sucking a penis in a front of 3,000 people, a superstar today, I think you are the best guy, and you saying the bad words there, not just one, few times. And was Lujan, DJ guy there, and he repeated again. Brother, the people don't buy that. The people just went like, the first time they hear it, they went like, yeah, but ooh. Now, when he's repeated again, you could hear a coquille. What we call it a coquille, the little frog there. So, brother, bad. I feel embarrassing for what they did here in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, that was like walking on eggshells, repeating it more than once. I mean, okay, you got away with it the first time. I don't think you want to do that again, Man, bad. But talking about Vince McMahon, he's a workaholic. That's why he have that company where he have it right now. They test me. I never said this before in radio. You guys gonna be the first time. But what's it called? Jerry Briscoe and Bruce Pritchard both test me and check on me. I know was sent by Vince McMahon. Why I say that? Because I noticed something wrong. Then later I just analyze what happened. I said, man, you just hang yourself. They test me to try to, probably they have in mind to push me somehow, but they want to know where's my head. And the way they approached me asking me questions and know about the answers in different whatever. They asked me things that in the moment I didn't even catch it, because I was, it's just friends talking, and I took it like a friends talking, but they are aging for the company, which probably I don't have what I deserve, like many people says. I know what I did. I know what I work. I know that I love this business, which I doing it for almost 36 years. And none of those guys, they are behind the scenes working with the story, put one foot in front of me of what they doing right now. I don't watch too much of what they doing, but people talking just tell me they are not that happy or what happened.
Yeah.
Now, in the other side of the omelette, we are working hard in Puerto Rico to do the IWA. You could find IWA in YouTube. We put a show every Saturday at 12 o'clock, They call him IWA Puerto Rico. IWA Puerto Rico. You could check there, sign in, and follow me, of course, in Twitter, like at Savio Vega. Follow me in Instagram at Tio Savio Vega. On Facebook, I have the Savio Vega official fan page. So, see you tonight in Instagram.
Hey, Savio, before we end up, I definitely want to touch briefly how you felt on the King of the Ring when you actually made it to the finals. And after that, I want you to give me your take on Darkside of the Ring, the Brawl for All, because I know that you have something to say, but I don't want you to go before we touch on that.
Well, King of the Ring. What happened? I don't even was scheduled to be in King of the Ring. Supposed to be Scott Hall. Scott no want to put over Mabel. So Scott was saying my race was her, whatever. He was blah 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 bullshit there. So the company says the King of the Ring. This is after the inductee of the Pedro Morales Hall of Fame. So was that by that time was King of the Ring. So I have a match with. That's when they say, okay, Savio, you're gonna wrestle tonight 4 times. I said, what? Me? He said, yeah. I just know it when I arrived at the building. You're gonna Jack Lanza was my agent, and Jack says you're gonna wrestle tonight 4 times. I said, what? I said, yeah. What happened? He said, well, this guy heard blah 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 blah. He said, okay, you're gonna wrestle the roadie. You're gonna wrestle IRS. You're gonna wrestle Yokozuna, and you're gonna wrestle Mabel. I said, okay. So I said, what are we gonna do? And he gave me the finish. So give me the whole finishes. He gave me all the finishes in the beginning of the night, and that's it. I don't have to communicate with him no more. So I did what I did. I cannot feel bad because that wasn't my pay-per-view. If they probably want to do something strong with Savio Vega, they could put him over right there. That's it. Because in the history of WWF, the only guy by that time, in that era, that wrestled 4 times was just me. Nobody else. So after that, Shawn Michaels have to do it. Triple H have to do it. So it's not just a Puerto Rican. But motherfuckers, the only first son of a bitch there was a Puerto Rican, Savio Vega. Now, so what we did what we did. We worked strong. We worked. We have a blast in that pay-per-view, and I cannot be mad or whatever because that's what they want. So I did that. Put the man over.
Well, definitely. Hey, Dre, remember that brief time that Savio joined the Nation of Domination?
Ooh, love that.
For the 2 seconds, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it was a brief.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Now, so Darkside of the Ring.
Darkside of the Ring. Oh yeah. What I say in the beginning when the interview cannot take place the way we wanted was I watch it and it's true what they say there. I didn't even know the war between Jim Cornette and what's it called, Vince Russo was that bad. Of course, because it wasn't my business, so they do whatever they doing over there, and I do my stuff over here. And seeing the video now, I could see the Jim Cornette have, the right to say what he said, because a lot of people got hurt, big time, bad. So that cut the life of few of the guys in to make it to the big town, especially the main guy that they beat everybody. when Bottle Bean knocked him out. I mean, if he's gonna be your main guy because he was knocking everybody out, and you could do something with him, even you not like him. I mean, you got happy because he got knocked out by somebody that was a professional and a motherfucker. So, yes.
Yeah, Savio, according to you, was Butterbean already set up at the end, or the way the show, the way the show portrayed it was as in like the fact that Bart, you know what I mean, like beat everybody else.
Yeah. No. That thing of Butterbean was announced way before. They tell us if you make the final is you're gonna make this such a money, plus at the pay-per-view you're gonna wrestle Bottom Beat, and the guy the blah blah blah, you know. So he's gonna be a tough guy from WWF to a tough guy from the streets or whatever. So they already announced. It wasn't nothing like okay. I mean, that's the way I see it. If they planned that before, of course could happen. Of course, yes. But you know that right there. And what I said in the interview was the only thing that Vince Russo have to say about Savio Vega. Oh, he was a tough guy, but he have a little bit of the belly. Motherfucker, you just say I have a little bit of the belly. You see the way that I work hard. How the hell? I mean, what you did with Savio Vega? What you did? You never did nothing with me. Just put me in a corner right there and don't even use it. Maybe the boss say that, whatever, but the shit is on you. You the booker. You know, he never do nothing to me. And, you know, with me, and the only thing to say is I have a little bit of belly. Yeah, motherfucker, Puerto Rican belly, bitch.
We eat the rice and beans. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, guys, I think that's now in Spanish, quick, so the Spanish audience, para toda la gente que nos está escuchando ahora, muchas gracias por estar aquí con nosotros, a todos los latinos, seas de donde sea. Cuídate, esta cosa está acabando con todos los latinos, con todos los americanos, los chinos, los rusos, los bajitos, los gorditos, y los de allá y los de acá. Así que tienen que cuidarse, sigan escuchando lo que es Marks and Mikes, y contigo Savio Vega, que me pueden escuchar y ver por las redes sociales buscando Savio Vega con V, Savio Vega. Se me cuida, muchas bendiciones. All right, guys.
Man, Savio, once again, thank you for coming on the show. Definitely enjoyed all the knowledge that we soaked in. Cheech, definitely thank you for making that happen, bro, because I ain't gonna lie, I don't know if I was pull that off.
Yeah, no doubt, man. He looked out. All I had to do, you know, ask, and he came through. But, you know, just grateful, you know, that y'all let me be part of the squad. But, you know, that's what we're gonna do for keep going forward, trying to get these interviews for you guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, of course, we have Money in the Bank. Well, the episode drops today, Sunday, so it's probably over with. But here's our prediction for Money in the Bank. And just let us know if we got it right. So before we get to that, we got to talk about Raw had the top Money in the Bank cash-in, and it was the cash-in with Seth Rollins cash-in at Mania 31. And, of course, we all know who was in that match. It was Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, but there was no Roman Reigns to be seen. And Twitter is going crazy right now, saying that WWE is trying to erase Roman Reigns from history. What is your take on this?
I think they're stupid. I think it's petty. And, you know, the facts that I'm gathering is petty on WWE's part. You got to look at the fact of what's going on today in the world with the pandemic. The man has an immune deficiency. You care so much about your stupid product that you want to risk a man's life? He's smart. Why not? Why are you going to be petty and erase that man from the history books? Which, honestly, I don't think is working because we all know who he is. We know how popular he is. So, Vince in his sick little world, one day he wants to think about him, that one day he doesn't. Like, it's like a chick. Get out your feelings. That's just how I feel about it. WWE, aka Vince McMahon, is in his feelings because he wasn't at WrestleMania. Now he's boo-hooing all day, crying into a pillow like a little sissy.
Cheech, what's your take on this whole situation?
Well, I didn't think much of it, you know what I mean? Because actually, when Seth did that, he actually pinned Brock, I believe. I could be wrong. No, it was Roman. Yeah, that was
Roman. He pinned Roman.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. I didn't think nothing of it because to me, it's like more concentrated on who's here. You know what I mean? And like I said, not to repackage Roman, which I think if they actually bring Roman like the way he was at one point in NXT at the beginning, like the kind of cocky or whatever, that would be awesome. But he needs to be he needs to be heel. You know what I mean? Like now one of the Usos is hurt. What they're gonna do with the other one? They're gonna single run or whatever. I don't know. They should do something, a pairing with Roman Reigns. But like I didn't see too much of it. You know what I mean? Like the for that cash in. You know what I mean? Like him not being, I guess, spotlight or whatever. But I don't know. But to me, that wasn't the favorite cash in though. Even though I didn't expect it. That was dope, you know what I mean? The one I wish it would have been the one, it was Ken Anderson, when he had the Money in the Bank. He was supposed to cash it in at that WrestleMania that year, and he got hurt, and they had to do the switcheroo, and Edge ended up, getting the Money in the Bank.
Damn, man, you are right. I try to forget that. I try to suppress that memory because what could have been. But we're gonna go ahead and predict this. But I'm gonna give my last 2 cents on this, and it's kind of reflecting what you're saying. Like, okay, he ain't here right now, so I don't want to talk about him right now. Now it could be a little bit of both. Like, well, I'm in my feelings because you didn't show up to WrestleMania and, we needed you to be there. So I'm mad at you. But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, he's not there. I'm not going to promote somebody that's not there at the current moment. But it's a conscious and smart decision on his part because he just had twins, twin boys at that. So it's like, okay, he just had twins. He wants to protect the kids. Like babies are catching COVID-19, but babies are catching it. People of all ages are catching it, and babies' immune systems are not as strong as, of course, an adult's. I mean, it's a fresh immune system, but it still has to build itself. It has to, go through the phases. But he's smart on that. I would probably stay home too. But
go ahead. No, I was gonna say because like they said, sometimes like bad publicity sometimes is still good publicity. Because the fact that now how everybody dissects shit, so it's like perhaps by they doing that, they know people gonna talk about it. So his name's still out here even though he's not there. So I think it's like a good thing, bad thing. You know what I mean? Depends how the person take it. But go ahead. What's going to be your pick?
So far as my pick out of this ladder match for the women, we were. I'm going to say Tamina. Tamina needs this. I'm sorry, not Tamina. She's not even in this match. God damn it. Nia. I want Nia to come out victorious.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah, that's big. Like, straight up. Like, I want Nia to come out victorious out of this whole situation. For number one, People been talking mad shit about her over these past couple weeks. Number two, she's been out of commission damn near since what? March of last year? Or what have you, but it's a perfect comeback for her, and it's also a way for her to actually, you know, if she needs the rest, she don't have to be on TV every week. Like, she just pop up whenever she wants to, and I think it's the perfect character to give it to. But at the same time, does she really need it? No, because she's already a Mustard Hill. But I would just love to see her have it. That was kind of hard for me to pick because my other baby's inside this match too, Oscar. So I don't know. I'm sorry. I got to go with Nia. Who you got?
Well, we all want certain things in life. I want $1 million. I want 500. I want 100 cars. I want a big mansion looking over the ocean. You want Nia Jax to win the Money in the Bank. But we can't get that. We're not going to get it. We know who's going to win this thing. Let's just be honest.
Who?
Shayna Baszler. Did you forget? That's who's going to win it. This is not over. She may have had the setback at Mania, but this is her match as well. She's going to choke that problem in the ring that always hurts people, Nia Jax, out. You know, I love Asuka too. That's my baby too. But as long as the Queen of Spades is in that ring, I don't see nobody winning. I feel like it's Shayna Baszler's to tape, and she's going to cash it in, and she's going to beat Hollywood Becky Lynch, probably at SummerSlam, or just whenever. She's just going to let Becky know that I got this, and I'm watching you, period. You know, I don't think that's over with. So Nia Jax, not today. It's Shayna Baszler. That's my prediction.
Well, me personally, you know, you mentioned too, Asuka and Shayna Baszler is like no-brainer. Asuka is like they have to do something soon because there's so much there for her. But I'm gonna go with a wild card. I'm gonna go with a wild card, boy.
Who?
I'm gonna go with Carmella, two-time.
Yeah, I'm hanging up the phone. Yeah. This conversation's over with.
Carmella? I mean, ain't nothing wrong with Carmella.
Carmella. On some wild card.
What you drinking over there, Cheech? But obviously the Kool-Aid ain't potent right now, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go real left, crazy. You know what I mean? Because to me it's obvious between Asuka and Shayna. Because Dana Brooks, I'm sorry, she's from OHIO, but she's just there to fill up, fill somebody's boy that's not gonna be there, But
and Carmella is too.
Well, Carmella also, yeah, but they could play off the history that she had it before. You know what I mean? But yeah, it just there's no momentum with her, so of course that's why it would make no sense. So it's like Shayna is like they started and they kind of went down, but they still book her strong. But yeah, either Shayna or Carmella. But I'm gonna stick with wildcard Carmella just to be wrong, I guess.
All right, so let me get this straight. I picked Nia, you picked Carmella, and Dre is going with Shayna.
Of course.
All right, so that's for the women's match. And for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, who are you going with, Cheech?
Dude, I'm going... this is the time. Although AJ Styles, came back, Even though when he came back, they saying that they kind of screwed that he was coming back because they show a Make-A-Wish commercial and he was in it. And then next thing you know, oh, here he is. But I'm going to go with Aleister Black. Straight up and down, B.
I like that pick.
I like that pick too. I mean, out of everybody in that match, I think he needs it. Dre, what's your pick? Out of everybody in that match, I think he needs it.
I'm still on mute. I agree. I think he needs it, Aleister, but
who's your pick?
I got another thinking. This is a tough one. It's a tough one because it's like I just don't know. We got AJ, we got Daniel, we got Aleister. Who else we got in that match? Jesus Christ, I forgot the brain fart. Who else is in that match?
Otis.
Otis. He's not
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, but see, a lot of these people, so it's really hard because it's like all of them have, except Otis, the rest of them have legitimate gripes to win it. But I don't know, like, oh my goodness, it's crazy. You know what I think is gonna happen? I'm just gonna go on a limb and say this. I think Otis will get jumped, and somebody will take his spot. And the person I think may take his spot is the modern day Maharaja. It's just a prediction. I don't think it'll happen, but it might. And I think who might win it if it did happen is Jinder Mahal. Because I think that they're going to give him a big push. Yeah, I said it. Because the rest of them, I just don't see a purpose. What do you do with them? What do you do with them? Like, you know what I mean? I don't understand. I mean, I agree with you with Aleister Black. This is something that he needs, something that will propel him to that top. But I don't think they will do it. I think that something's going to happen. I think Otis is the odd man out. And we've seen this happen before where a person gets beat up and they lose their spots. And I think that the modern day Maharaja is somehow going to find himself in this match. And I think he might win it. I'm so serious about it.
Okay.
They do have them two dudes down at NXT that Michael started, managing.
Malcolm Business, yeah.
Yeah, so them two with the Maharaja, bro. Now you got my attention. I was about to say I'm gonna hang up, but now I'm like, never mind.
You can't hang up on this. It makes sense though. It makes sense though. You got to think about it. It makes sense. Can you honestly see, besides Aleister Black, which I think is a great pick, can you see any of the rest of them really having a legitimate reason to win it? And they won it before. Maybe you want to put it on AJ Styles just because he never had it. Okay. Rey Mysterio, no, he's not going to get the title. Let's just be honest. Daniel Bryan didn't have the Money in the Bank like 3 times. Does it really matter? He hasn't had it 3 times, but he's had it before. So it's a lot of people.
And Baron Corbin, he like they said, like the SmackDown ended with him on top of the ladder. So you know how it be. Like usually when before the pay-per-view, blah blah blah, you know.
Yeah, but it ended. But we seen a lot of pay-per-views end with a person who you think favor was going to win the a ladder match, and then Zack Ryder won the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania ladder match. Nobody expected that. I just don't see it. I think, I've heard they got big plans for Jinder Mahal, and I think somehow, some way, he may find himself in this match.
Okay, you know what? That's your pick. Wasn't on the card, but that's your pick. And you riding behind that pick, and I support you because you're my boy. So I'm going to pick my pick real quick, and I predict that Brock Lesnar is going to climb to the top of the ladder.
You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! I would throw my tablet at the TV and call it a day.
No. Seriously. My pick though for this ladder match, and it's actually someone that's on the card. I'm actually gonna go with Aleister Black myself. I just feel like he's the one who needs it, and I just feel like you were saying with Jinder Mahal, it could both be enticing storylines. I mean, both of them need it, but Jinder Mahal is due for a big push. So I can see your reason behind you picking Jinder, because he is due for a big push, and that having that heel Jinder just basically over your shoulder the whole entire time. He's already been proven to be a pretty good heel, but having him with that briefcase, I think that'll push him to the next level. But that's my pick. So we're going with, of course, I'm picking Aleister Black. Cheech, you picked Aleister Black, and Dre, we have you down for Jinder Mahal.
Yes, sir.
Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we definitely enjoy chatting up with y'all. Let us know if we were wrong. Send us a voice message. If you click on the description of the episode, it's actually right there in the see more options, and right underneath it says leave a voice message. But let us know. You let us know if we were wrong, or just let us know if you enjoy the show or not. We'll send you some free merchandise. Give us some time to get it out to you, and I'll make sure that you get something from an independent wrestler who's been on our show. But, man, I cannot wait. Episode 103 was the shit, and I want y'all to definitely vibe out and ride out with us as we close out the show. But before we do that, we have to let you know next week's guest on the show is going to be Willa Yuta. Cannot wait. Cannot wait for that interview. If you don't know, you're gonna learn. If you don't know, goddamn it, catch up. But this interview is definitely a must see or must hear. Oh, and follow us on YouTube. We finally put the podcast on YouTube at 6:00 in the morning because I couldn't sleep. But with that being said, and listen, I couldn't sleep because I got to
give them our YouTube handle, buddy.
Oh yeah, the YouTube handle is at Marks with Mikes.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so definitely type in Marks with Mikes, and you'll see Savio Vega Part 1. You'll see our interview with Jocelyn on there, Jocelyn Navarro, and you'll also see episode 100 with Trey Lamar. I'm going to try my best to upload as many episodes as I can, but definitely check out the page. And before we leave, we have to remind you, make sure you all are washing your hands and wash your ass. And as Cheech always says, face to ass, not
ass to face.
And peace. We gonna catch y'all. Peace.